Mm. What's popping? 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 I appreciate y'all for staying up. It's on time tonight. Oh yeah, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me good? If you can hear me good, let me know. Can y'all hear me good? Cool. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. We on business time tonight. It's about to get real. Oh yeah, appreciate that. Who that is? Renee. Appreciate that. What it do? What it do? Doug's funny. What it do? What's good? What's good? What's popping? What's popping? Tonight we get into it tonight. Mm, let's get into it tonight. No problem. No problem. Y'all had a good day today. Y'all had a good day. Y'all having a good week so far. Let me know. Let me know. What's popping, Anthony? Cool. Cool. I won't complain. I'm still here. Still strong. There we go. There we go. Every day. 3 more minutes and we'll get started. 3 more minutes. Let everybody get in. What's the topic? Now we just talking about how hospitals, talking about the hospitals and how all this ties in, how all this ties in together. What's popping, Brick? How all this ties in together from what Luigi did, from what he did, and how all this stuff ties in together, and how a lot of stories y'all haven't heard about. A lot of stories y'all haven't heard about. I'm gonna show y'all what's going on with these hospitals, so y'all can tell this to y'all nieces, to y'all daughters, to y'all sisters. You know, if they pregnant or in the future, you can show them this video or you can show them the information, because it's so much content on YouTube that people get. It's just so much content, so people overlook certain stuff. People overlook certain stuff. What's poppin'? 1982. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Oh yeah, yeah. We're gonna talk about all that tonight. Talk about all that. One more minute, we going in. One more minute, we going in. Oh yeah, important info. Pass it to your people. You know, your sisters, your nieces. You know, even the men in your family. Pew, pew, pew. You out of here, buddy. Out of here, buddy. If y'all see disrespect, get them out the chat. Now, if it's funny or whatever, but tonight we ain't even on that shit, bro. Like this some real shit. If you see disrespect, get them out of here. Get them out of here. But let's get into it, man. So tonight I'm going to tie in what happened with the CEO guy and what's going on with our people in the hospitals that they don't talk about, that they barely show on the news, or they talk about it one time and then they move on with something else. Like this shit is crazy. Yeah, we're not for it tonight. It's up tonight. So let's get right into it because they say they found some evidence, but we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. After this fact, murder of the United Healthcare CEO today, sources tell CBS News that fingerprints on a water bottle. Can y'all hear? Can y'all hear? Let me know if y'all can hear. Well, there is new evidence found in the murder of the United Healthcare CEO today. Sources tell CBS News that fingerprints on a water bottle found at the crime scene match the fingerprints of the man charged. Cool, cool. 26-year-old Luigi Mangione is currently being held in Pennsylvania without bail as he fights extradition to New York. He struggled with officers as he was brought into court for yesterday's hearing. Police released these body cam images showing Mangione inside McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania prior to his arrest. He was spotted by patrons of the establishment. They alerted an employee, and that employee called 911. The guy came in the door, and I didn't really look at. Now look, they say they found his fingerprints on the water bottle, but they didn't say. It's other videos about it, but they only found half of his fingerprint, which he did on purpose. That's why his lawyer said they don't have any evidence. All they could find was a water bottle. So you think he's about to have a water bottle right there? He did on purpose. It's a setup. I told y'all. When they found the monopoly money, game on. Alatoon, yeah, game on. When they found the monopoly money, game on. Why would he leave a water bottle? Why would he leave evidence? Think about that. You know, all this shit purposely done. So they found half of his fingerprint. That's it. But they ain't gonna tell you that on the news. They found half of his fingerprint. But let's go on. I thought it was everyone was kidding around. Well, the one guy said, "That looks like the shooter from New York." Well, then we laughed, and I guess he placed his order, and we just went on about our business. But we were kidding about it, like, wouldn't that be something, you know? So then I actually left after that, and I went to the restroom. He was sitting in the back, but I thought it was one of the employees because they go back there on break and they put their hoods up. Anna Schechter is the senior coordinating producer for CBS News Crime and Public Safety Unit, and she is here in Studio 57 with more on the case. So, Anna, how significant is the fact that officials now say they are able to place Mangione at the scene of the crime in New York? This is crucial for prosecutors who are building their case. Of course, he's already charged with murder, but he has to go through the legal process, and the prosecutors have to make their case. So that DNA evidence, the fingerprint that they took when he got booked in Pennsylvania, that matches fingerprints recovered from a water bottle at the scene of the crime that police recovered here in New York City. So that is very important. We might all be sitting here saying, of course, that's the guy, but there's a legal process here. He has a defense attorney who is advocating on his behalf, and the prosecutors have to go through all the steps that they need to build a case to
definitively, without any doubt, place him at the scene of the crime
He did,
and have
trust me.
him, this individual, Luigi Mangione, pulling the trigger. So they are working to build that case so that DNA and those fingerprints are
What's
crucial.
popping? What's popping?
And we're learning a lot more about Mangione's life. What can you share with our audience, especially about the, the the weeks really leading up to this?
Okay, they say that he had the water bottle. So think about this. This is a smart guy. You think that he would leave a water bottle sitting there with his full fingerprints on there? They don't show you. You have to go to TikTok for the real news. TikTok will tell you. The people on there will tell you they only found half of his fingerprint. That's it. And he did that on purpose because he knew he was going to jail. He already knew he was going to jail. That's why he went to the McDonald's. But let's fast forward to the McDonald's because we're gonna get rid of this story and move on. But let's fast forward to the McDonald's. Okay, y'all remember the person that snitched on him, right? And remember I told y'all that the cops they wasn't going to pay them. Check this out. Check this out. Now he got snitched on by the person at McDonald's. Read that. McDonald's worker who helped cops trace Luigi, whatever his last name is, might not get the 60K reward. Here's why. Now remember I told y'all that. Remember I told you you cannot trust these people. 60K reward. McDonald's worker not getting it. Let's read. Hold on. Let's go. The McDonald's worker said they saw what Maggiani acting suspiciously at the restaurant and seemed to be carrying fraudulent documents. He was subsequently arrested after officers found that he was in possession of fake IDs, a ghost gun, silencer, clothes, and a mask that matched the one Thompson shooter seen wearing. He was later charged with murder and four other counts, including firearms. Now look at this shit. Who would get the reward? As per rules, the McDonald's employee will have to put forward by investigating agency, such the Department of Defense or the FBI. This will then be reviewed by Integrity Committee and is approved. The suggestion will be passed on to the Secretary of State, who will sign off on the final decision. So you snitched for nothing. That's not all. The entire reward amount could also be in dispute, considering payment amounts are based on factors such as the value of the information provided, the level of threat, the severity of danger or injury to people or property, and the degree of sources cooperation. 60K, they promised whoever told they get 60K. Now you gotta go through all these steps just to get the money, and they're not getting the money. In both cases, reward be given only if there's look, read this. Read this. See, people think they can just snitch and the money come easy. No, it's always a catch when it comes to these Caucasian people. In both cases, the reward will be given only if there is an indictment or a conviction from the court following the arrest. The McDonald's worker could be waiting for a long time, at the end of which they might not even get the reward. I told you, they played them. And then if you go on TikTok, they show you who it is. They show you who snitched and the person lost their job. Hold on. You can't trust these people. They lie about everything, bro. They lie about everything. They lie about everything. Mm, you cannot trust these people. Hold on. And then not only that, check this out. Check this out. Uh, Here we go. I paid for my own college, so the employer was a fan. Yeah, she thought she was gonna snitch and get the money. She thought she was getting 60K, a quick come up. They scammed her.
Reviews for McDonald's in Altoona piled up after an employee called police on a customer. That customer, Luigi Mangione, is being questioned in connection with the killing of United Healthcare CEO. Negative comments rolled in for at least 5 different McDonald's locations listed in Altoona on Yelp. This fast food restaurant houses a traitor among its employees. The working class has betrayed humanity, one review said. Other reviews mentioned finding rats, a reference to someone who deserts one side or cause. One restaurant that normally receives one Yelp review every month or two received
Nope,
about 100 one-star reviews.
bro. The person that snitched,
First, there's breaking news. Power
the person that snitched thought they was getting 60K. They thought it was a come up, but instead of her dumb ass calling the tip hotline, she actually dialed 911. So she fucked up because they gave you like it's a tip number. They give you the call. You don't call 911. They give you a separate number, and she called 911. And even if she called the tip hotline, they not about to give a McDonald's worker from Pennsylvania. Have y'all been to Pennsylvania? Not to Philly, because I don't know how Philly people. I've been to Philly before, but I'm talking about the other areas in Pennsylvania. Have y'all ever saw those people? All of them act weird. They not about to give you 60K in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania. There you go. They not about to give you 60K. They not doing it. You probably those people probably never made 60K in 2 years. Yeah, Philly different from the rest of Pennsylvania. Those people outside of Philly, they weird. They are weird. And I'm not talking about like their religion and stuff like that. No, they just weird. And if you from Philly, you know. If you ever traveled outside of Philly, you know. Phil Billies. Them people weird, bro. Imagine you calling 911 and you ratting on somebody. You working at McDonald's. What he did was actually he tried to help you out. You working at McDonald's. Now you get fired. You got fired. You lost your job. And that McDonald's, the stars went down. I think they had like 1 star because everybody was leaving reviews. And go on TikTok, people driving by, bro, it's crazy. They done found this woman's house. They done found out everything about her. And that's why I told people these days, even though those corporations, those CEOs, they trying to hide, you cannot hide these days. People know where you live at. They know where you work at. They know where you go to school. They know everything about you. What's popping? What's popping? She thought she could rat on this dude and get that 60K. That's what they want you to think. You can never trust cop. You can never trust those people. They worse than gangbangers. At least people in the streets, they have some type of code. These people have no code when they want to catch somebody. They have no morals. They'll do anything. That's why I always tell y'all in my videos, you can't trust no cop. People say it's a good cop. You can't trust them. Whose side you think they gonna take? Your side or they people side? They go back to blue. However they say that shit, they go back to blue. And imagine thinking you about to get 60K, but you get fired because people leaving reviews. You lose your job at McDonald's in Pennsylvania. Where else you gonna work? In Alatoona. Where the fuck you gonna work at? I'm telling you. Oh yeah, Sharon, that's another one too. That's gonna come into play later on. We can't trust our own people sometimes. That's facts. MTGV, what's popping? What's popping? You know what, buddy? I don't trust anybody. I don't even trust my own family. Hey, I feel you, bro. I feel you. That's how it be, man. But like I say, our people, of course, we gonna have problems and stuff. Every community has problems, but somebody gotta speak up for us. Somebody gotta talk about what's really going on. But let's move on to these crooked ass hospitals. Which one we gonna start with? Now, I'm gonna show y'all how all this stuff ties in together. How all this stuff ties in together. What he did, and I'm gonna say this: it's a lot of people saying, "Oh, black people, we shouldn't be praising him. We have our own." Look, bro. Sometimes, sometimes the ancestors they'll send the ops. They'll send one of their people to attack their own kind. They'll do that shit. They'll send one of their people to attack their own kind. But I'm gonna show y'all how towards our people what they do. I'm say I love your nose. What the hell? Appreciate it. And look, a lot of these stories you probably never heard about, but this can be your family member. This can be your sister, your mom, your daughter. So this why I have to talk about this shit because we all have women in our lives, and this don't only affect the black women. This affect black men too, because most of the time these women be married. They be having boyfriends. They got brothers, fathers. So this affect all of us, not just black women. This affect all of us shit. So yeah,
Panera's new to the
I want to see that nasty shit, man. Hurry up.
is grieving tonight. Of a vibrant young doctor is grieving tonight. Dr. Shanice Wallace, this young lady here, died shortly after delivering her baby girl, Charlotte. Along with being a mom, she was IU's pediatric chief resident. As we keep her family in our thoughts and prayers tonight, we also want to address the alarming issue of delivery and post-birth conditions and their disproportionate impact on some women of color. Fox 59's Courtney Crown talks with experts tonight who say mother's care needs to get better. Did not have the pleasure of meeting her. I've heard wonderful things about her. I feel so badly for her family. Dr. Lauren Dungy Poitras felt despair after hearing Dr. Shanice Wallace died shortly after giving birth to baby girl Charlotte. Wallace was a beloved chief resident, caring for kids. Dungy Poitras wants to spread awareness of conditions surrounding pregnancy and childbirth, like preeclampsia. Preeclampsia is a condition that only comes with pregnancy. We don't know exactly what causes it. It only comes with pregnancy. The cure for it is delivery. Preeclampsia is a serious blood
Hold
pressure
on, y'all. Hold
condition
on,
that
hold on.
can occur after.
It's gonna be the same one, but that's not the video. Hold on, 1 second. Eh,
She ended up with a C-section. Creating pieces for other families who have lost.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. Let's go.
Kara Johnson's husband says the 39-year-old who went to Southwest DeKalb High School had a textbook pregnancy. She was healthy and a marathon runner. So Johnson's family never imagined she would lose her life after a scheduled C-section. Becoming one of hundreds of women in the U.S. who died during pregnancy, childbirth, or soon after becoming mothers. The Fox Medical Team's Beth Galvin is here with her story. Just tragic, Beth. Yeah, Courtney and Thomas. It's just really still hard to believe. And Charles Johnson has spent the last few years telling his wife's story over and over and hearing from families who say the same thing happened to them. The U.S. has the highest rate of maternal deaths of any industrial country. And Johnson says it's a crisis that we can no longer afford to ignore. Charles Johnson says his wife, Kira Dixon Johnson, was thrilled about becoming a mother for the second time.
We even talked about how cool it would be to have boys that were close in age, and so the fact that they were.
Now check this out. Imagine going to the, and I know a lot of y'all probably never saw this. Imagine going to the hospital, your wife, and you thinking, you about to have the baby, you going back home, and it don't work out like that. So while we about to, well, a lot of people about to celebrate Christmas, celebrate New Year's, there's a lot of people that go through this and nobody hear their story. Nobody care about their story. And a lot of times we think that this can just happen to people that we don't know. No, this shit can happen in your family. And once you lose somebody like this, bro, life is never the same. Life is never the same. I can really do this, bro. But let's get into it.
We're going to be 18 months apart, grow up being best friends. This was everything we had really dreamed about. She was just super, super duper excited.
Kira was 39 and healthy, Johnson says, going into a scheduled C-section April 12, 2016. It's a story he has retold hundreds of times.
Myself and my wife Kira walked in to Cedars-Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles, what we expected to be the happiest day of our lives, and walked into a nightmare.
After Langston's delivery, Kira was moved to a recovery area where Johnson says he noticed a problem.
I actually saw blood in her catheter. And so that was the first sign
Listen.
of distress. So I brought it to the attention of the doctors and the nurses. And they ordered tests and a CT scan that was supposed to be performed stat.
But he says his wife never got that CT scan.
Kira was allowed to bleed internally for more than 10 hours. You gotta keep in mind, this was hour after hour delayed.
He said that she was allowed to bleed internally for 10 hours. Imagine your wife, your sister, your mother. And this is why I say this affects black men too, because if something happens to your family or your wife, you never go recover from this shit. And nobody go talk about it. I bet you won't find any videos talking about this because nobody cares. They care about Jay-Z. They care about P. Diddy. But this everyday shit that our people going through, and these Caucasian people, they act like they care. But look at her. You can tell she don't give a fuck. She's just getting paid. She's just getting paid. She don't give a fuck. Let's get right back into it. I'm rewinding a little bit.
Says his wife never got that CT scan.
Kira was allowed to bleed internally for more than 10 hours. You gotta keep in mind, this was hour after hour delayed, denied. This runaround of, well, we might take her back from surgery. We're waiting for this, and never being able to get a straight answer about why my wife was not getting just the minimum basic care. But all the way up to the time that she was going into surgery, I really honestly thought that they were just going to fix it and she would be right back.
Instead, Kira Dixon Johnson died in surgery just 11 hours after Langston was delivered.
When we walked in the hospital that day, the thought that Kira wouldn't walk out to raise her voice had never crossed my mind. But as the weeks went by, I began to hear stories of other women who had horrible birthing experiences and other women that were dying in childbirth.
Stories, Johnson says, just like Kira's.
It's a woman that went into the hospital who was supposed to be the happiest day of her life. Her or her family expressed concerns. Her concerns were denied. She wasn't prioritized, and by the time they did something, it was too late.
Each year, 700 women in the U.S. like Kira Dixon Johnson dying during pregnancy, childbirth, or in the first few months of their baby's life.
And it's even more troubling and disturbing is the fact that African American women are dying 4 to 5 times as often as their Caucasian counterparts.
The disparities that we see, the inequities that we see, are rooted in a lack of basic basic care and attention, especially to women of color. So March of Dimes CEO Stacey Stewart and Charles Johnson have teamed up to push Georgia lawmakers to do more to protect women and their babies, calling it March for Change. We need more and more care providers who can help mothers have healthy pregnancies, especially around midwives and doulas. And in Georgia, Medicaid has been extended to 6 months postpartum, but we need Medicaid.
Now y'all see what he said, right? He said he never thought that he would walk into the hospital and he'll be leaving out without his wife because he thought the doctors was gonna fix everything. So that's why I tell y'all, when y'all dealing with these doctors, and when I was younger, I never thought like this, but as you get older, things start making sense. Things start adding up. So when you dealing with these doctors, you have to know their life also. You have to know where the motherfuckers live at. You have to know their kids, know their parents, know everything about them. They know everything about you because if they know that you know everything about them, if they know you know where they live at, they not gonna play with you. They not gonna play with you because some people, you got some families, they not gonna let this slide. They go wait a few years, a few months, and they coming back while you at work. You got some families that's not letting this slide. You cannot trust. They do this shit on purpose. Those same doctors are about to celebrate Christmas like nothing happened. But you killed a woman. You killed a black woman. They're about to celebrate Christmas and New Year's like nothing ever happened. While this man will never be the same again. That black man would never be the same again. He probably never got paid from it. I might do a video on it, do some research, but he probably never got paid from it. And they get to go on with life like nothing ever happened. So when this guy kills a CEO, or they call it assassination, or it's something serious now, but they'll never talk about this shit that's going on in the hospitals. They'll never speak on some real shit. My cousin gave birth to a child whose head was twisted off by. Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk. Oh, that was your cousin? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. That video is coming up also. I lived for 10 hours on a table and I was taught my daughter everything about. See, Miss Sharon, you're a good woman. Cause like this don't get talked about much because a lot of families at certain point everybody go their separate ways. And slowly everybody stopped talking. Everybody really stopped communicating. And that's what they want to happen. They want one person staying, they want one woman staying in the 4 bedroom house by herself. They want that shit. They don't want us communicating with each other. That's why they that's why they make certain content go viral because they want us fighting against each other. I don't do that shit on this channel. They celebrate the birth of Christ. They stood. Come on, you stood there and watched our people get hung, but you celebrate Christmas like nothing happened. These people crazy, bro, and they know their history. And now they not staying around watching us getting, hung. They in the hospitals now. They doctors. They lawyers. They judges. Now they giving you first charge. They giving you 25 years. It's a cold game, and they know it's so much content. They throw the bullshit content out there, so they want everybody to talk about Jay-Z every day when shit like this is going on. When shit like this is going on. But let's get to the next one. I'm show you how real this shit get, bro. Let's see now. Let's talk about Diddy. Just join. Can't start from the beginning. Hell no. You crazy?
But it is graphic and could be inappropriate for children.
A young Clayton County mother and father have sued their OBGYN and Southern Regional Hospital after they claim the doctor's negligence led to their baby being decapitated during childbirth.
In the wrongful death lawsuit filed in Clayton County this morning, the couple claims the hospital covered up their baby's death. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor joins us from Southern Regional Hospital in Riverdale, where that death happened.
Good evening. What a sad and horrendous story. I have learned today that the Clayton County Police Department is investigating this baby death, and as for the parents, well, they're just too distraught to talk about it.
This is one of the most
No problem. No problem.
sad, egregious, and horrific situations that I've ever seen.
20-year-old Jessica Ross and her boyfriend,
What?
Travion Taylor Sr., having
Did y'all hear that? 20 years old. That's a baby, bro. And you having a kid and this shit happened to you at 20 years old? And have you ever been a Southern Regional in Georgia? I know a lot of you probably have. A lot of you probably from Georgia in Clayton County. We all know about Southern Regional, bro. What area it's in and how they don't care about our people. If you ever been to Southern Regional,
unimaginable story. Their attorney says the young couple was full of joy and anticipation for their first child. They came here to Southern Regional Medical Center for the delivery July 9th. According to the complaint, doctors had diagnosed Ms. Ross with diabetes a year earlier, making her a high-risk pregnancy, but she consistently went to appointments while she was expecting.
no
The couple's
problem.
attorney says after about 10 hours of labor, Jessica was fully dilated and ready for delivery of Travion Jr. But according to the complaint, they say his shoulders got stuck in the vaginal canal.
What wound up happening after that is just brutal. Dr. St. Julian came in and she, in the process of trying to deliver this baby, pulled on the baby's head and neck so hard and manipulated them so hard that the bones in the baby's skull, face, and neck were broken.
According to the complaint, that is when Dr. St. Julian called for an emergency C-section.
When the womb was open, the feet came out, the body came out, and there was no head. The head was stuck in the vagina.
The couple's attorneys allege nurses and medical staff at the hospital lied to the couple about what happened, discouraged them from getting an autopsy, tried to encourage them to cremate the child, and failed to
Atlanta.
report the death to the medical examiner.
They also did not report the death to the authorities of Clayton County or the Clayton County medical examiner. This report was made by a funeral home. And after the funeral home waved the flag and alerted the authorities regarding this, it wasn't until then that Dr. St. Julian told the family what actually happened.
Now, we reached out to Dr. St. Julian, but she declined to comment. We did hear from the hospital, however. Their statement reads, while our heartfelt sympathies go out to the family, Southern Regional Medical Center denies the allegations in the complaint referencing the hospital. Since this matter is in litigation, we are refrained from providing any additional information. Dr. St. Julian is not an employee of the hospital. The hospital has taken the appropriate steps in response to this unfortunate situation. We're live in Clayton.
Okay, so after this video, I'm gonna have a solution. It's not gonna be just problems. It's gonna be a solution also. But they said the doctor's name was Dr. St. Julian, and I looked it up to see how she looked. And somebody said earlier, sometimes you can't trust your own people, and that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Look at her. That's her right there. That's her right there. Dr. St. Julian. And what you think she doing? Getting ready for Christmas? You killed the baby and you didn't report it. You reported it to the funeral home first. What the fuck? That's her right there. Just evil, man. Evil. And a lot of people think this stuff is by mistake. They make mistakes. No, bro. These people do this kind of stuff on purpose. How your baby come out, and when your baby come out, they pull it out by the legs, and there's no head. You think they'll do that to Caucasian people? No. But they think that our people don't have people that care for them. They don't have people that's gonna speak up for them. I always wonder why these doctors and nurses are cold hearted. Yeah, they cold hearted, bro. That's why I say you can't trust them. You can't trust them. But check this out. It gets worse. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. There we go. She needs to lose her. I'm gonna look that up. Matter of fact, tomorrow we doing a video on that because I never fully did my research on that doctor. Also, we doing a video on that shit because, like I say, these people getting ready for Christmas and they think people forgot. They think we move on, but like I always tell y'all, I don't let shit slide. I'm not letting that shit slide. So we gonna make a video. We putting her face on a video because I know, you know, nobody probably ever did that. I'm putting her face on a video tomorrow. See, it was a mistake, but she is a criminal. Nah, we don't go for that. I bet you one thing: if she was delivering a baby for a Caucasian person, it would not be a mistake. And if it was a mistake, why you tried to cover it up? Why you didn't report it if it was a mistake? Why you tried to hide it? The first person you called was the funeral home. That's not a mistake. So we ain't going for that shit. I'm telling you, if that was my people, that was me and my girl or whatever, my baby dead, guess what's gonna happen to the doctor? You going with that baby same day, allegedly. Cause I tell you, bro, if I can't sleep, it's no way in hell. And I don't know these people, but for some reason I can feel what they're going through. So if this shit was to happen to me, if I can't sleep, can't none of them doctors sleep. Every day I'm gonna terrorize you, and you ain't gonna know who it is. But check this out. Yeah, with no mistake. They do this shit on purpose. Hold up.
Baby's autopsy, decapitated baby's autopsy on
Check this.
social media without the parents' permission. Good evening. Thank you for joining us on Westface.
I'm Courtney Bryant, the doctor who performed that medical examination, liable for violating the parents' trust. Fox 5's Christopher King spoke with the parents of the newborn. He's live at the Fulton County Courthouse with more. Christopher?
Courtney Ross, the baby's parents, say Dr. Jackson Gates posted video of their child on Instagram. They say they never gave him permission. And we warn you, this topic is disturbing. These last several months have been 2 months.
This was 8 months ago.
For Jessica Ross.
Nobody talked about it.
Scared, traumatic.
Ross lost her newborn son last July during childbirth at Southern Regional Medical Center. The baby had been decapitated.
Like what happened?
The Clayton County medical examiner found the baby's neck and spinal cord were broken during delivery and ruled his death a homicide.
I was blaming myself at first because I thought I did something. I knew something else was.
You hear that shit? This a 20-year-old woman saying she was blaming herself. And that's what they want you to do. They want you to sit back and blame yourself. Oh, it's your fault because you had diabetes. It's your fault. No, if this was a Caucasian person, none of this shit would have happened. And this video from 8 months ago, they still going through this, and nobody talking about it. Everybody just moved on. But like I say, we let nothing slide.
Ross and the newborn's father, Trevion Taylor, took their baby to Dr. Jackson Gates to conduct a private autopsy. He did. And the baby's parents say Dr. Gates posted graphic video and images of their son on social media.
My baby was on Instagram. That Dr. Gates posted pictures of my baby.
My heart just dropped. I got really chilled.
They say Dr. Gates did it without their consent.
I gave him no permission at all.
Dr. Gates has disputed.
Now, who said that? Now, who said it was a mistake? You said it was a mistake, but how can a doctor post your baby pictures being decapitated on Instagram? What the fuck? But see, I'm gonna tell you something about Atlanta. Atlanta is tricky. Atlanta is tricky. Let me break Atlanta down. Hold on. We'll get back to the video. Atlanta is tricky. On one end, you do have people that care about the people. But when you enter like these doctors, black people with money, with lots of money, not all of them, because you have some that care about their people. But for the most part, those people are worse than Caucasian people because they really think they Caucasian because they get money, they doctors. They don't want to live around their people. They don't want to talk to their people. So these doctors working at Southern Regional, they go do black people dirty on purpose because they feel like they better than them. So that's how Atlanta is. You got a lot of people, they care about your people, but these people who think they better than people, they get money, those black people, bro, they worse than Caucasian people. The dude posted the picture, and it's an old ass doctor. What the hell you doing on Instagram posting pictures of a baby, someone else's baby? Like, what the fuck? And nobody talking about this shit. Who talking about it? This was 8 months ago, not that long ago. This year, nobody talking about this shit. Imagine what they going through. I know they haven't gotten paid yet. If this was a Caucasian family, they would have been got paid. So that's why we cannot let this stuff slide. That's why we can't follow the algorithm on everything because they want you just to be microwave, everything quick, and they want you to forget about your people. But let's move on.
The claim, saying anything posted was done for educational purposes.
It broke my heart, really.
A Fulton County court on Wednesday issued a default judgment against Dr. Gates and his business, Medical Diagnostic Choices, after they failed to respond to a.
Look, these the Negroes you watch out for in Atlanta, bro. You see a nigga wearing glasses like this, avoid them. Because I'm telling you, these dudes, they become doctors. And like I say, not all of them, because you got a lot of people that care about our people. But for the most part, you got to watch out for them, bro. Because they want to be Caucasian so bad. And they will mess over their own people. They would do the work of the slave master. Look at him, bro. A nigga wearing them glasses, bro. Don't even talk to him. Give me the next doctor. Look at this shit, bro. And hey, his video coming too. Like I say, they think life. No, we not moving on, dog. We spinning the block. His video coming too, because who knows? He might be still practicing. Because they can tell us anything. His license was suspended. Okay, you'll tell us that because Who's gonna sit around and do the research on these doctors? Oh, I'm gonna do it, but most people won't. Look at this nigga, bro. Nigga on Instagram posting, bro. He got a face you want to slap for real. Like that's a face. You see him in person, you like, bro, your face just looks slappable, dog. Damn, I hate a coon, bro. I had to say it. I just hate coons, bro. I hate them, bro. I hate them.
Civil complaint the baby's parents filed.
I just want justice.
Now, the parents are also suing Southern Regional Medical Center in a separate case. We called and texted Dr. Gates. We are waiting for a response, and the judge will decide at a later date just how much Dr. Gates will pay the baby's parents. Live in Fulton County, Christopher King, Fox 5 News. We'll look forward to hearing that number.
So I'm gonna do my research after I get off this live. I'm gonna do my research, see if did they pay them or whatever. Because we not letting this shit go. A lot of y'all probably never even heard of this shit. How you post someone's dead baby without a head on the internet? What the fuck? These people crazy. But just imagine before social media. Just think about before social media when nobody know anything. How long they been getting away with this shit. So that's why when people ask me like why I'm happy about what dude did to their CEO, bro, man, I ain't gonna say what I really want to say, but in 2025, let's just say I hope it's other copies. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Dr. Bates posted a photo. He needs to go to prison. Facts. Like, and they can hide because they know every day the news comes out with something new. So that, like, let's say this happens. The next day, something bigger happens, and people forget about this. See, I'm the type. I'm not forgetting about shit. I don't care what happened. I'm not forgetting about shit. They broke the bones and they put it out the wrong way. They put it out by the leg. They put the baby out by the legs. The shoulder broke, the spine, all that shit. And the baby, soft, delicate. So it's easily normalized in our communities. I'm telling you. If you ever been to Southern Regional and you know the area, Tara Boulevard, you got Riverdale, you got Morrow further down. What else you got? Just that whole Tara Boulevard. They know they can do our people any kind of way, and nobody coming to save our people. Because, like I say, in Atlanta, you got two types of black people. You got the ones who think they Caucasian, and that's what they thought. That doctor, Saint, whatever her name was, Julia. I bet you talk to her, she gonna think she's Caucasian. Look, appreciate that. Damn, that was quick. Whoever did that shit, god damn, Moonwalker, shit. That's some sniper shit. Nah, delete that nigga all the way. See, you one of them niggas I was just talking about. Told you, bro. I don't like coons, bro. I tell you, that shit make me mad. Mm. But let's move on, though. Let's move on. We're not done yet. Let's move on. And appreciate that Moonwalker. Damn, she a sniper. You got that gun Luigi had. Damn. Let's move on though. Let's move on. Like I say, the end of the video, at the end of this live, we're gonna have a solution. And like I say, hold on. Mm-mm. Hold on, I gotta type it in. Why they come in the chat? Told you, bro. Tonight we serious, dog. We ain't on that. We ain't on that bullshit tonight. Like it's real because this shit going on, but they want to talk to you about Jay-Z. I'm telling you. Hold up. I'm gonna show y'all multiples, and this from one hospital. This from one hospital. And I did videos on this, but I didn't really go into detail. But I did videos on these three women before. Hold up, hold up. And I appreciate y'all for being alive. I really appreciate y'all.
Rally outside Woodhull Hospital in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn today after another death during childbirth. It was the third time a woman died during childbirth at the hospital
Now this in New York. This in New York.
since 2020. Today, families of two of those patients are calling on the governor to pass a law that would hold the hospital accountable. Investigative reporter Kristen Thorne, live in Bed-Stuy with more. Kristen.
Dave, this Grieving Families Act would actually hold hospitals accountable for emotional damages. You know, Dave, it wasn't too long ago that we were here telling you about the death of another woman, Christine Fields, who died in childbirth here at Woodhull Hospital. And now we are here
No problem,
telling you
Sierra.
about yet another woman. This is 24-year-old Beverlyne Garcia Barrios. She died September 15th after undergoing an emergency C-section here at Woodhull Hospital. The hospital, as well as the State Department of Health, will not provide us any details on what happened to her, citing patient privacy laws. But her family says that she came to the hospital because she wasn't feeling well, that doctors rushed her in, performed an emergency C-section, and then she died. It's the same story with Christine Fields, who died last November again at Woodhull Hospital after having a C-section, and another woman, a young black woman who died in 2020, also after an emergency C-section. For Barrios' family, they're angry, they're sad, and they're shocked.
The doctor just said that she would have to go in, and then after that they come with the news that she was done.
Barrios did give birth to a baby girl. She is still here at the hospital more than a month later, a month later, recovering from this. The New York State Department of Health would not comment on this, saying they do not comment on active investigations. New York City Health and Hospitals, which operates this hospital, says that they are committed to dealing with what they call reducing the unacceptable maternal mortality rate, and that they have made significant improvements in their maternal health service here at the hospital. We're live in Bed-Stuy. I'm Kristen Thorne, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Now check this out. That's one woman, right? Mm-mm.
Today, loved ones of Christine Fields will gather to celebrate her life on what would have been her 31st birthday. Fields passed away back in November of last year after she suffered complications during an emergency C-section birth at Woodhull Hospital here in Brooklyn. Her story has deeply impacted communities in our borough. It has fueled multiple rallies to raise awareness about proper care for mothers during and after childbirth. Today's Remembrance celebration will be held at 303 Vernon Avenue and Marcus Garvey
Same
Boulevard.
hospital.
It's a playground where Fields grew up. The event starts at 5 o'clock this evening.
Same hospital. Hold on, because I want her. Here we go. Now, her fiance, I talk to him daily. I follow him on Instagram, and they was about to get married. Imagine you about to get married, about to have another child, and your fiance is not coming home with you. I know a lot of you probably can't feel that pain, bro, but that's real pain. You never recover from that shit. And then on top of that pain, you got these hospitals that's not trying to pay you for your pain. They not trying to create certain laws so you can get paid, and they doing it on purpose. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that, Sunshine Griffin. We're gonna talk about that in a few. But check this out, man. Like I say, all this shit was this year. This was this year.
Vigil outside NYC Health and Hospital's Woodhull Wednesday, a year to the day after the untimely passing of Christine Fields after childbirth. Friends and family stood side by side, holding flowers and candles, embracing one another as they honored a life gone too soon. Fields' mother, Denise Witherspoon, has been grappling with the profound loss of her daughter.
Sad, depression, everything. I got a hole in my heart that'll never be filled. My life will never be the same again. I miss my daughter so much. We love you.
As loved ones mourn the void left in their lives, they release balloons in Fields' remembrance. The family alleges the death of 30-year-old Fields was due to hospital staff not properly performing an emergency C-section and monitoring her condition after the surgery. A doctor at the hospital has since been fired following an investigation into maternal and infant deaths at the city-run hospital. Following the investigation, a spokesperson for Woodhull says the hospital has revamped and enhanced their protocols across its obstetrics and anesthesiology departments. Fields' fiance, Jose Perez, is still haunted by the loss.
A lot of grief, a lot of anguish. It's been a rough time. I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with her, like I said. And things changed on November 13, 2023.
Perez has been relentless in his pursuit of justice, turning his grief into a mission to help others experiencing the same pain. He currently has an ongoing lawsuit against the hospital system and has been advocating for Governor Kathy Hochul to pass the Grieving Families Act, which would amend the current law to allow families to sue for.
See, look, all they gotta do with the governor is to pass this act so they can sue the hospital to get, money for their suffering and pain, but she won't do it. Now, if you think that this was, like I always say, this Caucasian women going through this, you think they'll pass that act? Yes. So that's why everybody plays a role. We all play a role, man. And I see people saying, oh, the hospital in poor areas. It don't matter. If you go to the hospital, you deserve to get taken care of. You deserve respect. It don't matter.
Emotional suffering rather than just financial loss. He expressed the financial burden that has come in the wake of Fields' passing.
Why should I rely on the community to help me with funds to continue to survive, while I'm grieving?
Senator Brad Hoylman Seagal sponsored the bill and says New York is out of step with almost every other state in the nation when it comes to our wrongful death statute, and every day we do not act to update the extremely outdated 1847 law is an injustice to all New Yorkers, particularly families of color who are facing.
So they still have the same law from 1847. So what they tell you, they don't give a fuck. They want our people to keep going through this shit. So that's why I say we can't just let things go because our people, they will never let this go. And sometimes they don't have a voice. So sometimes we have to be their voice. Sometimes if you have people in your family that's gonna become doctors, you have to really sit down and talk to them and tell them to love their people. So we all play a role in this shit, bro.
A maternal mortality epidemic.
The Grieving Families Act has already been vetoed twice by Governor Kathy Hochul, who has previously expressed concerns that the legislation's language is too broad. Now, when asked if she has plans to revisit,
So you heard that right? She vetoed the act twice because you know why? He's suing that hospital for 30 million. And check this out. All the dirt they do to black people in these hospitals, black women, black men, all the dirt they do to our people. If they pass that act, guess what's gonna happen? Generational wealth. They don't want that shit. He's suing them for 30 million. Then you start to see black people get generational wealth. They don't want that. They don't want you to get no. So they can block all this shit. I'm telling you, bro, it's a cold game. So let's backtrack to old boy shooting the CEO. What you thought? He was just fed up. And like I say, it's gonna be a chain reaction. Those same Caucasian dudes who used to go shoot up the schools and stuff, nah, they about to focus more on the real issue, and that's why we have to keep talking about the real issues, what's going on. Like I don't know everything, but when you start putting two and two together, come on, bro. They playing our people right in our faces.
the act, a spokesperson for Governor Hochul says she's currently reviewing.
She currently reviewing. You ain't reviewing shit. People evil, man. They evil. Okay, now this is the solution I have. Hold on. Hold up. Here we go. Here we go.
And I mean,
And y'all, this channel is he got some good content. LaTroy Gardner. Y'all go get him go subscribe to his channel, man. For him to put this out, this is good information that only, if you got a momo, your grandmother, you know, your mother, a lot of us don't know about this. So this some good information. So go subscribe to his channel, man. LaTroy Gardner.
and that's definitely an area I wanted to touch on was um, the mortality rates of, with childbirth when it comes to Black and Brown communities. So just talk about the history of doulas in the African American community. Is that something that like pretty much dates all the way back to the earliest times? Yeah.
To the beginning. I show a lot of videos um, in my childbirth education class about, in ancient African tribes, in ancient Eastern tribes, you also always saw these statures of three figures. You had the mom, you had the person delivering the baby, and you also had another support person who was also a woman. Women have been caring for women since the beginning of times. If you think back to, ancient times, you would have the men out hunting and gathering, and then the women were in the village kind of caring for themselves until the men came home with food and things like that. So there were always the women supporting women. So even though there wasn't this specific term of doulas, women have always been the support people for other women, making sure that they're fed, making sure that they're hydrated, making sure that they're cared for in that postpartum period. But if we fast forward a bit, then we hear more about our granny midwives who were entrusted with the birth process and labor process for so very long until Western society decided that, this could be something that can be medicalized. This is something that we can kind of take control over. And it wasn't until less than 100 years ago, that birth transferred from the home setting to the hospital setting majority. So you had your granny midwives like your Ma Callens, who was from Pineville, South Carolina, who was from Berkeley County, who caught so many babies and had such good outcomes and such good statistics for our moms and our babies. And so that's where, and now you can see that there's this shift that's happening back to midwifery, back to doula services, where we're kind of taking back the autonomy of ourselves and taking control of our birth processes in our families so that we can go back to our and being the community that we've always meant to be. We have always been rooted in. We've always been rooted in community. We've always been tribal people. This is something that we have gotten completely away from, but there is this shift, a great shift that's happening that where we're returning back to that. And that's something that I'm happy to be part of.
Okay, y'all. And her name is Simone Lee. So I don't know if she have content on YouTube. I'm gonna look some stuff up, but like I said, his name is Latroy Gardner. So and I agree with her, man. Like, and you can't tell like women what to do, when they have kids or whatever. But I just agree. These people, they don't care about us. So we have to start communicating. Even the people that's in the comment section, you got all this knowledge about the Most High. You got all this knowledge about everything you writing. Start teaching people this stuff. Don't just write in the comment section. Don't just try to correct people in the comment section. Start creating videos. Start your own YouTube channel. Like I said, everybody plays a role. Don't just be hiding in the comment section. Start teaching people because it's easy to tell people, oh, the Most High, Jesus. It's easy to tell people what you believe in the comment section, but start creating your own videos because, like I say, everybody plays a certain role in all this. You can't just be hiding with all the information if you say you got the information. You can't just be hiding and telling people who actually trying to do something what to say, what to do. You can't tell somebody how to talk if they actually trying to help the people. You can't tell them nothing because you not trying. I'm just saying, you not trying. It's easy to write comments. That's easy. Start making videos. Then you really doing some shit. Start going out in your community. Then you really doing some shit. It's easy to type. That shit easy. That shit easy. But like I say, tomorrow we dropping a video on Southern Regional because they the ops, and we gotta expose them motherfuckers because they think they can just go on their vacations, go celebrate Christmas like nothing ever happened. While this family, that 20-year-old girl and her husband, while they suffering, while they crying at night, these people crying. Nobody hear them crying. But y'all have a good night, man. I really, really appreciate y'all for coming through. Tomorrow we dropping the videos. We're gonna do another live, and I really, really appreciate y'all. Like I say, we all play a certain role. We all can do something. What is information going out in the community, uh, telling this information to our younger family members. We all can do something. We not perfect. We don't know everything, but we all can do something. I'm out, bro. I appreciate all y'all that came to this live. I really, really appreciate y'all. I'm out.